News at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Diane Derby.
And I'm Don Ward. And boy, do we have a lot to show you tonight. We're going to start with some amazing video. It's from a viewer named Ed Flanagan, and it shows just what it was like when cars were swept away. This is from the outside.
Really scary situation there. A little later in the newscast, we are going to air our interview with him.
Now something similar from the inside of a car. This is from Gazette reporter John Schroyer. The paper gave us permission tonight to air it.
He is in his car on Highway 24, and it's all out of control. Just listen.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now, thankfully, John is okay. His car, he said, is pretty banged up, though.
As a reporter, you want to be there for the story. You just don't want to be in the middle of it. So we're certainly glad that John is all right. Who's this from?
This is from Lena. She is near the RV park on Highway 24. Let me pop it up again. I know this seems a little silly, but right now, that's what we have to do in breaking news situations.
The first impression as you get right over the Black Forest area is just the vastness of it. The trees seem to stretch for so far. It's miles in every direction.
And it's so tough for them to see, Brian. So many of our viewers in the Mountain Shadows area know exactly what this is like to lose their home. And now to have these aerial shots of the homes in flames is just not what we want to see today on a day that Brian warned us would be a very high fire danger day, and now we're seeing it happen.
Basically as bad as it gets, guys. I mean, any time of year.
I think this is the one that we talked about 3 minutes ago, where we saw the flames behind it, and we thought, well, you know, this one may be in trouble, and here it is. The flames move. Look, I can't even, I've never seen houses burn that quickly.
Also, write down the serial numbers on things like your TVs and your computers.
And here's another thing you can do. We've all got a camera or a video recorder, so why not take it in inventory? Hello, Diane.
Hey, Don.
If you happen to have electronics, or maybe some artwork, or a really nice camera, or a camcorder, or some antiques, even expensive musical instruments, take a video inventory, or take some still shots.
Someone took some of this, some plastic wrap, and they stretched it all the way across a road at an intersection. Might be a prank, but it's certainly not funny. Well, experts actually say about an ounce or maybe a shot glass full, which is kind of a lot. I never actually put this much on. I always put sunscreen on my face, but not this much. So they say you got to get at least a shot glass full to be safe.
What Mr. Michael James of London hasn't figured out yet is that I work at a TV station, and we do stories all the time about frauds and scams and rip-offs, and I'm about to ask him what he thinks of that. We checked tonight. There have been 200 permits issued to rebuild, and we're told that about 70 of the homes are now complete and ready for the families to move back in.
And this past couple of weeks have been a difficult reminder for all of those impacted by the Waldo Canyon fire, and now even more for those affected by the Black Forest fire. Tonight, I spoke with a firefighter who fought both of those fires.
Welcome back. Don is playing the guitar here to make a point. And Don, you've been playing for a long time.
About 30 years.
Well, it takes a long time to get good at something like this, but for one Colorado teenager, the skill came to him almost overnight. It all started with a severe sports injury.
Nothing warms the heart for young and old like the Christmas season. I'm Don Ward, and this is Diane Derby, and we're glad you're with us.
We are so glad you're with us. It is such a chilly night, Don. I think we just heard from our meteorologist 3 degrees out right now.
Their families, you can only imagine the excitement level they have right now as the ceremony to welcome them home begins at the Special Events Center. You can hear the cheers.
Let's listen to this for just a second. What a moment. Hundreds of families, including that little guy, waiting for their loved ones to greet them in this special ceremony at Fort Carson right now. About 400 soldiers, Diane, just got back on post.
It's exciting, and you could see he could spot his soldier there.
Well, I have my Chihuahua Rosebud on the set because we want to remind you just how dangerous this weather can be for pets. And I'm a little overprotective. I make sure she wears a coat outside when I take her out in the snow, Don.
Very cute little dog, but this is so important because if you leave your pet outside without adequate shelter or food and water, you could actually be cited for animal cruelty.
Wrote 15 books. Pretty impressive.
I remember seeing her on the Merv Griffin show and on the Tonight Show and things like that all the time.
Well, you're older than I am,
That's
Don,
true.
so
I'm way older.
you just dated yourself.
Good point. And you may notice we have an array of Girl Scout cookies here. It's because they go on sale soon. And Diane and I have to confess that during the commercial breaks tonight, we each tried 5 different
It's really disgusting, but we've been holding on to these all day, so they've been behind the set, and I said we have to dig in.
The boxes looked like a raccoon got at them a minute ago.
Yeah.
They were just